Hello everyone, it's Dio here from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another Bellwright video. Today we are going to be talking about recruiting followers, or more importantly, what to do with followers that are kind of weak, so expelling them and getting new ones, as well as to increase the ability to draw more followers from the various towns. As you can see here, I have 57 followers technically here, and I have pulled them all from Herondine, so I'm just going to go over and overlook part of the game that I feel needs to be included in people's strategies. So as you are playing the game, of course, we are going to recruit more and more followers, and the initial cost that we're going to get depends on how many followers you have. So when you're first starting off, it's like a few hundred renown, and then it grows up to several thousand. And when you go to your followers now, like this is, I'm in day like 330 or so, they slowly accrue renown, a renown refund as they acquire more attributes. So as they go up, and the longer that you have them, the more renown they're worth. So in theory, like here we have Molly. If we wanted to expel Molly, we would get an additional 12,800 renown. And the reason that we might want to do this is, as you can see from her attributes, she is not very combat oriented. She was picked up because she was good at researching, so that was utilized. But she is not a very good fighter, so if we wanted to instead start working on increasing our army, we would expel her, get the 12,000 renown, which would enable us to go to a village and find a fighter and replace them. Additionally, you may want to do this if you also want to replace somebody who's super unproductive, or rather low stats-wise, in order to get a better worker. So as you can see, we have a bunch of 3s and 4s, but these are his caps for Reginald. So what we may want to do is you want to find somebody who has higher stats, so you could also expel them to get somebody with higher maximums to get a better value for it. So here's another example where Reginald would also be worth 12,800 when you expel them, so you could buy an even better one, or maybe even 2 people to replace them. As I believe, well, for me at the moment, the cost is around, actually I think it might be around 12,000 per renown, depending on where I go, but I have over 100 villagers in total in the various places. So of course, when you go into a village, they're going to have a fixed number of villagers that are in the area, but we can actually influence that. So the reason we would want to influence that is it would give us more people to talk to and chances of finding better and better villagers, whether they have better stats. Like, so if in this particular case in Padstow, this is, a pretty weak individual, great researching, but not much else. And by only having a fixed number of people here, we're kind of limited on our options. The only opportunity to replace them would be to recruit them, and then the next day expel them, and then go back to the village, and maybe a new person that showed up would have better stats and open up the ability to recruit somebody better for your settlement. So we're looking here, he's got great harvesting and pretty good bunch of 6s, so this might have been a good person to replace Reginald with because they have better harvesting. Reginald had capped at like 3s, and this one has 6s, a 10, and better combat stats. We'll actually just grab them because they're actually really good. So we'll throw them into our base and continue onward. Of course, we can further influence how many people actually reside within one of the neutral villages by building a village house. So this is a tier 2 village improvement, and it increases the population by 2. It does take time for them to populate the town. It seems like you get 1 villager a day. So you will want to keep that in mind if you go and build a bunch of them, that it is going to slowly accumulate. The reason I call that out is I have revamped Herondine. So this is Herondine, and I have thrown down tons and tons and tons and tons of homes. So just about anywhere that we could put it down, we threw down a home to increase the village population. And this is why, like at the start of the video, I was able to recruit 57 villagers from Herondine. Normally, I believe there's maybe 15 to 20. That might even be a bit high. But with this many houses, there are just people everywhere. And as you saw, I had 57 of them. And in their populace, of course, it doesn't increase the number of apprentices. That is still fixed as 2 different professions and then 2 apprentices per the profession. But it does give you a wealth of followers to select from. It was actually quite fun running around doing roll count. I have a spreadsheet of all their different names to try to figure out who was new and who was not. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee your chance to get a great follower, but it does open up the possibility. So, and if you have the extra renown, you can always just recruit a few people, let time pass to get a few new people in to replace them, and then kick them out again. And it just kind of keeps that option open. So here, out of the 57 people here that I have, this is just one of the people I was able to find that has really good stats. So they're resilient, so they got high strength, high archery, some good one-handed stats as well. Downside is, unfortunately, their agility is a little bit low, but we can still make use of them for sure, and they're also a porter, so the extra inventory space is also nice as well. As I previously mentioned, where we could recruit a follower out that was maybe not so great, and then have them for a day or two and wait for a new person to come in and then give them the boot. We can also do that for the professions as well. So the apprentices, they may not have the best stats, so you can always just recruit one, have them for a short period of time, wait for the replacement to come in, see what they're like. If they are better, then give your current one the boot, and then hire the new one, and you'll be that much better off because you'll have a way better follower. So I hope you found those tips helpful. As you can see, I have a ton of people right now. So this is actually pretty hilarious to me. I'm probably going to get up to the shenanigans with them for sure. So stay tuned for future videos of that. But like I said, I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. I'll be happy to answer those. As always, we appreciate any likes, shares, and subscribe. So please click those buttons. And of course, you can come find me on Twitch. But until next time, I hope you're enjoying Bellwright, and we will see you in the next video.